Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report recap. What's going on between Drew McIntyre standing tall over WWE Champion Big E? Yes, Drew McIntyre standing over Big E. What is going on between these two? Could these two, before they highly participated WWE Championship match at Crown Jewel? We'll get to that. Also, too, Xavier Woods looking to be the king of WWE, but he has to compete in the King of the Ring tournament. In order to do so, Xavier Woods, also too, Bobby Lashley addresses Goldberg on Goldberg's fate at Crown Jewel. What's going on with Bobby Lashley and Goldberg as they have their highly anticipated no holds barred match at Crown Jewel. Also too, because Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, can they all get along and be on the same page? Where Charlotte and Becky team up, the two women's champions of their division, team up against Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. We'll have this and more. And also on Hot Topics, WCBO, Stephanie McMahon, achieve a special award that she gets. And a lot of people are talking about the Give Divas a Chance part duh. All this and more on the Raw Ring Report starts right after this. Welcome to this edition of the Raw Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. As we get to the WWE Raw Ring Report. Raw was that. We're talking about King of the Ring matches, two King of the Ring matches, as well as a highly anticipated rematch from SummerSlam, as well as a new match for the World Championship. Well, let's get started with the Raw Ring Report. All right, on the Raw Ring Report, kicked off with Big E. And Big E, the WWE Champion, was in town as he addressed his challenger, Drew McIntyre, as these two will meet at Crown Jewel, a pay-per-view event for the championship. Big E dressing that Drew trying to tell Big E might be his last chance to go for the championship that he won at WrestleMania and at SummerSlam. He needs to be the champion in order to meet Roman Reigns. Well, Big E kind of told him that ain't gonna happen. He had to wait his turn, the opportunity to take it from him. Well, that brought out the bloodline between the Usos, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, came out there and dismissed that idea. Well, things got a little bit physical, and it did too. The bloodline, the Usos, super kicked both Drew and Big E off their tails. So we know later on the night there was going to be a tag team match between the two to settle their differences in the ring. Well, speaking of that, Xavier Woods looking, and he's been petitioning, and he's been talking about being King of the Ring and wanting to be in the King of the Ring tournament. This was his chance and his opportunity. Xavier Woods took on the high flyer Ricochet, who newly been drafted to SmackDown. Xavier Woods taking it to Ricochet with a shoulder block. Ricochet trying to prevent Xavier Woods from doing it. So, but at the end, Xavier Woods won the match, and now he advances to the semifinals in the King of the Ring tournament. Who will he meet? Will he meet Jinder Mahal or I forgot the other Kofi Kingston, his teammate? Only time will tell on that. Speaking of breakups like this, we saw this coming a mile away. It was a tag team match where the Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander teamed up, which they shouldn't have broke them in the first place. Well, they teamed up against SmackDown's newest tag team, Ali and Mansoor. Well, the Hurt Business won, but after the match, as you see right here, you see Ali want to disassociate himself with Mansoor. So Ali and Mansoor are no longer a team no more, and these two will meet at Crown Jewel one-on-one. I guess Mansoor is going to pick up another victory at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. Also, too, the Queen of the Ring tournament also commenced. As Shayna Baszler, who calls herself the Queen of Heart, the Queen of Spades, went against Dana Brooke in another rematch. As you recall, y'all may remember that Shayna Baszler went against her and put Dana Brooke last week in that Kimura choke. Doudrop came out there to stop it, trying to save her friend Dana Brooke. But I think Dana Brooke said, "Hey, I'm advancing," and so Dana Brooke advances on to the Queen of the Queen's Crown tournament. So look for her advancing. Who she would go against, Natalya or Doudrop. Also, too, WWE Raw Tag Team Champion Matt Riddle was in action as he went against Omos. And a lot of people say Matt Riddle having his own marital problems with. I don't know what's going on with that, but who knows? But Matt Riddle went against Omos. At the end, Randy Orton came out of nowhere and hit the RKO on AJ Styles. So we know the tag team championships will be online between these two teams coming up at Crown Jewel 1 week from Thursday. Also, too, another 1 week from Thursday, Lashley goes one-on-one against Bill Goldberg. We know that Goldberg came out there last week and won a piece of Lashley. Goldberg did some destruction damage. Like Goldberg saying, he's known for his quick, short, intense matches. Goldberg took it to the Hurt Business, and he said he's gonna do the same thing to Lashley in their match at Crown Jewel. Lashley addressing Goldberg by saying that Goldberg will be beat and talking about being killed in this no holds barred match. He's gonna show him who he really is. So we'll see at Crown Jewel. Also, too, Austin Theory goes one-on-one against his idol, or I would consider former idol, Jeff Hardy. Austin Theory trying to make a name for himself by attacking Jeff Hardy and cheap shot at him out of nowhere and left Jeff Hardy outland. Jeff Hardy went against Austin Theory. You see Theory was applying the arm bar. Theory even rolled up Hardy with the 1, 2, 3 to cheat to win. He's smiling about it. So Austin Theory being a harness to Jeff Hardy. Also, too, the King of the Ring tournament continues as Jinder Mahal went against Kofi Kingston in the King of the Ring quarterfinals. Jinder Mahal with that knee lift. You see right here, Jinder Mahal used the Colossus and got the 1, 2, 3 over Kofi Kingston. Could Jinder Mahal be the next King of the Ring? He has to go through Xavier Woods in order to do so. So we'll see that match next week on Raw. Also, too, Big Time Bex. Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion, teamed up with Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair to take on the team of Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Could they put their differences aside? As you see right here, Becky Big Time Bex came out there, dudes that explored suplex on Bianca Belair as Charlotte watched on from behind. And then Becky Lynch used the manhandle slam on Sasha Banks. You got the 1, 2, 3. But Sasha and Bianca couldn't get together. So we know that at Crown Jewel that Sasha will take on Bianca and Becky in a triple threat match for the SmackDown Women's title. So look for that coming up between these women. And I think if the draft, and once the draft be in effect, what's going to happen to these belts? Because Charlotte don't have a challenger, and Becky don't. So you know they're going to switch those belts coming forward from that. So also, too, Doudrop went against Natalya in a hard-fought matchup for the quarterfinals with the King of the Ring tournament. Doudrop tried to capitalize, but Natalya failed to do so, failed to win. Doudrop picks her win, and now she will meet Shayna Baszler one-on-one for the King of the Ring quarterfinals between it. So look for Doudrop and Shayna Baszler next week. So also too, the main event, WWE Champion Big E teamed up with challenger Drew McIntyre to take on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. And you see Jimmy taking it to Big E. And you see right here, Drew taking it to Jimmy. And both, this was a highly contested tag team match. The Usos try to super kick Drew McIntyre to kick his face off. You see another super kick right there to Big E and stuff. Big E didn't know how to take it. And then at the end, the two men that meet for the WWE title, attacking each other, beating each other up. As you see right here, Drew had to do the move, do that finisher. Got the 1, 2, 3. So Drew McIntyre wanting to be WWE champion before he leaves Raw, in order to stay on Raw, I guess. So that is the Raw Ring Report. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to, you know what I'm talking about, Hot Topics. On Hot Topics this week, well, we can tell you that Stephanie McMahon received the award for the International Sports Hall of Fame. Stephanie McMahon, the CBO of WWE, now a member as the first female inductee into the Sports International Hall of Fame. I guess Stephanie being praised for her work for the women's evolution, putting more women on more storyline. But I guess a lot of fans are still criticizing her because they're saying that they're trying to revolt back. I guess Stephanie gonna have to tell them, like, y'all got to make longer matches for the women. So that's what's going on going forward. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for this quick, short pro wrestling show for the Raw Ring Report. We will be out trying to make coverage or recap all of the wrestling events, probably for NXT tomorrow morning. So, me being Kendrick Dick said so long, and we'll see you on Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.